Yeah, we back with some more of those reparations facts. In fact, we got San Francisco coons trying to hold up the melee. Say San Francisco reparations efforts stalling due to money, legal issues. Experts grill the city for apology because you know what? It's not enough. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast. PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, Netspend, Venmo, Stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash. Check reparations, 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 check reparations. Well, if you're talking compensation, it's about that time. You get everybody there's I'm trying to see about mines. Yeah, and we're back. And you know, every time it's time for us to talk about reparations, we get somebody. Well, first of all, you see what this is on. This is on Fox News. It says Boston's reparation task force member looks to reconcile, repair areas of education, health, and wealth gaps. What does wealth gaps mean? Why it's got to be education first? Don't try to be like you going in alphabetical order either. Don't try to do that.
And who put her on the team? How do you get on the team? How do you get on the team to talk about reparations that affects me? How do you know who are you getting your information from? Like how do you where's your post to the community? I don't. Where
Let's
were
go
you
ahead.
when you last time you was in the hood, cuz?
Well, let's check her out.
Issue. It's not
So her
something that
name is
Oh
right
my
right right
gosh.
right away.
Hairline factor.
Lamerchi is the name. Lamerchi is the name. Every time we go in on them, don't it always be fumbling? Why is that?
Technical difficulty every time.
Every time.
Hold on. We
Every
just
time.
watched it.
We just watched the full Vigiology with no interruptions, had it all queued up, everything. Look, here they go. They want to sprinkle another commercial in there. And look, I already know the games. I know the games already. They're gonna sprinkle another commercial in there. When we come back, it's on with the fumble bumbles. Look, just listen to how she's all mumble mouth McGrouth. Listen to mumble mouth
something that's
McGrouth.
going to be arrived at tomorrow. It's a very complex issue. It's not something that's going to be arrived at tomorrow.
Really? We know that. But guess what? We can establish exactly what it is. All of this study for the commissions to study the study and the commit. Look, here go again. Look, it did it again. Look, I can't even pause and talk about it. Can't even pause. They either you play it all or you don't play it at all. Okay, because we're gonna keep doing it to you every time that you try to bust it down. That's what they're gonna do every time.
I'm
Here comes the
smelling bussy, fam.
like she's like LGBTQRS.
I promise you. And with a name like La Frenchie, La Merchie, La Michelle.
Lamerchi. Hold on, listen to her talk though, y'all.
Have some guidance factor as we look at this process that we're engaged in. And I don't expect that anything is going to be perfect. That's not my expectation.
See, when they started doing that, that's that Kamala Harris laugh.
We are engaged. We're engaged. Is all we can say right now. If we go back to 25 years, 30 years,
what is she doing?
40 years, there's always been this question: what is owed us? I always think about
that was the raccoon wiggle.
compensation for every second of enslavement on just on the legal books, and we assigned a dollar value to that,
I can agree with that.
how much would that be?
But why? But my thing
How
is,
much would that
why it's always got to be the wonder?
have
Why
been
just
rendered
put a
as
number
far
on
as
it?
cost?
It's about $1 million per
And
Black
and
American.
not
That's
to then
shortcoming
even
it,
put on
but it's about $1 million.
the mental uh, effects, but just on a basis of compensation in dollars, that wealth gap that we experience is within this realm of what is a considerable amount of time to place in a well for, what, how much is this value?
What are you talking about, ma'am? You've been on here for 5 minutes and you ain't said nothing.
Not a near nothing.
Well, if I do a little wiggle like this, back in the 30s and the 50s, and we think about how much this costs and what's owed us, and we really begin to look at the terms and the times of the 19th century, we really divulge into a land where there's an open well of opportunity. Man, shut up. What are you talking about, fam? I'm going to give her a couple more seconds. Maybe I'm cutting her off. But you just did a lot of talking and you ain't say nada.
Word, nothing, salad.
One more time. I'm going to give you a couple more. Who is she?
How much does this support the building of a nation?
How much does it support a building of a nation?
What is the result of those who are the beneficiaries?
What's the result?
And those who are not? And that's the property value. We know that America is based on.
That's the crux in the property value now. Because it's all based on the property value. So in order to get a proper evaluation, we got to know how much land that could be built on. And when you build on land, that means you got a strong foundation. And the foundation, you can build a house. And the house is somewhere where you can live. And if you live, that's somewhere you can sleep. And if you sleep, you can eat. And if you eat and sleep, then guess what? You can dream. Because Martin Luther King said he had a dream. Man, what?
Nothing burger
Perfect.
with nothing cheese.
Let me get to the end. Let me see if she draws a conclusion, guys.
And now how we
she bring it around. Bring it around.
In my own opinion, we should be meeting this with a case of examination.
That's what we should do. That's what, in my opinion, when I'm thinking about it, when it goes through the synopsises in my brain, we should be thinking about this from a place of examination. What the fuck are you talking about, lady?
What just happened here?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
That is to weigh the balance. Justice.
Scales. Equity.
What belongs to whom?
Who belongs to what?
And at some point, real dollars.
At some point now that's the only thing I can. That's the only thing I can agree with. You went all around the whole world, duck goose, to come up with real dollars.
Hold on. At some point,
no number.
At some point.
But what you should do is, you should really bake it and twist it in turmoil. Because that's how you get a rose to grow out of concrete.
And what other type of dollar is there? Because if you have to say real dollar, As opposed to what other type of dollar? What is the other dollar
The
that you're
fake one.
referring?
Food stamps.
I mean, you said okay, what other dollar? Real, and at some point,
Food
real fetillons.
Right, food stamps. All right.
Moral issue, as James Baldwin talks about America's moral credit.
Moral credit.
Martin Luther King pointed to the moral compass.
Moral compass.
The check marked insufficient funds. All of that has a part and parcel to do with a 21st century view looking back over the centuries.
A 24th century view looking back over the centuries now. You got to look back over the centuries with a 21st century view. That's how you see the visualization, which is the crux of my flatulation.
She hit the reefer and had 2 shots of Hennessy before she did this.
What are you talking about, ma'am? I'm trying to be here with you. I'm trying to really...
Of what reparations were. The King pointed to the moral...
Hold on. Let's go back to her opinion.
Now, how we should be meeting this, in my own opinion, we should be meeting this with a case of
passing gas
examination that is to weigh the balance, justice, equity, what belongs to
who belongs to what,
and at some point, real
now
dollars.
Come on now.
So there's the moral issue.
It's the morals,
as James Baldwin talks about America's moral credit.
The moral credit.
Martin Luther King pointed to the moral
compass.
The check marked insufficient funds. All of that has a part.
That was nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing, ma'am.
Nothing,
ma'am. That wasn't nothing.
Nada.
You said, James Baldwin, the moral compass, the moral dilemma, and the scales, the balance, the justice. You ain't say nothing, man. All that.
Tethered gibberish.
What's the hell?
Also to do with a 21st century view.
The 21st
looking
century.
Back over the centuries.
Looking back now.
Of what reparations will mean to us. How do we reconcile and repair in areas of education?
They all why? Why does it go right to education? Money, education. Right over here. Don't look at this. No, Southern construction. Over here is the cones. Education. Right there.
Period.
Don't go to the money line.
No.
Then this little pussyfoot with the wealth gap. Gap. What you gonna get us all ski doos and now we cool?
Right.
You got a ski doo. You can go out on the lake now. That's the wealth gap. That's what you wanted, right? A little boat. And the $25 housing voucher now. That's what you wanted.
And the health and wealth gap, all of those issues that confront us today.
That could all be solved with the money.
Cut the check.
That's all you got to do. She went all around for 50 states and every jurisdiction, every zip code to find that all we really need is the money. Shorty, you tripping. And why the people they pick always got to look mangy and scroungy and all that? Just like KRS too. What's her name? Old girl with the Me Too, the black Me Too lady. What's her name?
KRS2.
KRS2. If I put that in there and she come up, boy, I'ma fall out, die. If I put KRS2 up in here and she come up, dude, What
Everybody
somebody?
Google KRS2. P.
No, no, it's
It didn't come
KR,
up.
no, KRS what came up. But what is her me uh hold on, me to advocate, right? Hold on. Tarana Burks. This.
Tyrannosaurus.
Look at that. Why it's always got to be why? Who was the other big bat broad that tackled somebody for Joe Biden? What's her name? That was on the campaign trail with the short hair. Oh,
That used to
big
be
back.
for
Yeah, old big back.
she was for
Linebacker
what's
back
his
big.
name too?
Yeah, she was with
Bernie
Bernie Sanders.
Sanders.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hey man, y'all deep up in here, man. Let me see what platform y'all on, man. Y'all on Keep It P podcast, man. Y'all can talk. I don't want to hear that, man. Tap in. Y'all got all access to the joint. This ain't live. We're gonna have a little ticker tape going down the bottom when it ain't live, so you know. So when we on here, it is what it is. But y'all don't Keep It P podcast, man. A lot of y'all, you type in the joint, man. Say
Might be
something.
deep
Okay, there
now.
we go. Wayne, what it
Simone
do? Simone
Sanders.
Sanders. Thank you.
There you man, come on
Thank
now.
you. Simone Big
Golly.
Back Sanders. I'm just saying, why they always and what's old girl on the View? What's old girl on the View? They had Star, was there was her name? Star the Big Back. And then they got old girl with the big teeth. What's her
Nah,
name?
the View is with Whoopi Goldberg on it.
Her too.
And then you got Sonny.
You know, Whoopi Goldberg was kind of fire back in the day, though.
Mm-mm.
Whoopi Goldberg was kind of sexy.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I can't look at her at the same at all because she got slutted out by Ted Danson. So
Man, Jumping Jack Flash, fam. You thought she was hot in the burglar P?
I don't know. I've seen a couple pictures of old Whoopi Goldberg looking nice.
Man, old
Put
fixed up Whoopi
put in the
Goldberg
comment
picture.
section, man. Y'all ever seen Whoopi Goldberg looking nice? Oprah was kind of nice too, wasn't she? At one point, was she?
I'll go with you
You know
with
what?
Oprah
I
before I
think
would
that was
go
an
with
AI
Whoopi.
picture. I think that was an AI picture I seen
Yeah,
of Oprah.
you tripping with the Whoopi though.
I don't know. Let somebody tell me if that's what it is.
Nah, you had them as goggles, P. You didn't put some. You didn't. That's some Erkin jerk goggles. That's Whoopi right there.
Man, yeah, this one that's terrible right here, sir. Like
Horrible.
I don't know why this got to be always the representatives always got to look uh infantunde-ish. Like
And her hair ain't shaved over there, fam. That's because she can't grow no.
she ain't
I
got no
can't grow no. Dun dun dun.
edges. No edges. Since
No.
who are not satisfied with San Francisco city government progress in providing reparations to descendants of African Americans who have suffered historical discrimination, according to the new report. Although the city's government panel proposed monetary reparations for eligible Black residents last year, some potentially receiving $5 million so far, all they've received is an apology. The post detail how the city had to cut funding for the project, and the people are growing frustrated with over the lack of progress on reparations. San Francisco Board of Supervisors put out an official apology last month, an 8-page resolution that stated San Francisco Board of Supervisors offers its deepest apologies to all African Americans and the descendants who have come to San Francisco and were the victims of systematic and structural discrimination, institutionalized racism, targeted acts of violence, and atrocities. As the paper noted, this is the first step in addressing more than 100 recommendations outlined by the city's African American Reparations Advisory Committee. Though locals include local scholars told the Post they don't believe it is nearly enough. University of San Diego law professor Roy Brook has been critical of the process so far, saying sorry or apologizing is not enough. He said you need a redemptive act to make this rhetoric of remorse believable. It says members of the board, like Dean Preston, have acknowledged that the apology cannot be the end of it all itself, but the board has run into harsh economic realities while pushing further resolutions the piece stated. The Post explained how the budget set aside for a government office of reparations, which the Reparations Advisory Committee advised be created, was gutted, and Mayor London's breeds 75 million mid-year budget cuts. So y'all did that on purpose. Or just oh, it just happened to get cut. The budget cut. We didn't know that it was in there. So did you have got cut? I don't know what happened. See how they be talking so stupid. I just hate when read foolishness and they just try to slip it past. But anyway, goes on to say, blah 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 blah. They want to leave you with. In addition to financial barriers, Davis admit that the monetary reparations proposal, including $5 million payments, may run into legal barriers as well. How come it's always red ticker tape, roadblocks, hurdles, jumps, craters, peaks, valleys, rivers, everything in between us getting the paper? But you show up from Guatemala and you got Pizza Hut gift cards, you got clothes from Ross, you got $9,000 for your apartment for the first 6 months with the option for another 9 if you just didn't make it. Food stamps, health care, child care, car voucher, clothes vouchers, ESL, second language classes, training to get you in the position that's only designed for you. You can't speak English at all, but there's a job waiting for you, buddy. But when it's come for time for the people that y'all still discriminating on, still holding back, still targeting, still killing, still poisoning the food, poisoning the air, food deserts, first it won't make them first to get the jab. Everything, man. But we can't get no money. Not nothing. You don't get a program. You don't even get Book It. Black kids ain't even got Book It no more. You can't even read books and get a little personal pan pizza no more. You don't get nothing.
Nothing.
You don't get nothing.
And the board, the little board that's supposed to be for us, gonna give. How you gonna give 100 recommendations, P? Why would you give so many options? What the one option is cut the check, but you gave 100 options. If I gave somebody 100 options, cutting the check wouldn't be. I'm not picking that one. We got 99 others that we can deal with before we get to cut the check.
They got options like, we gotta fight against untied shoelaces. Black kids in the community tripping over them Jordans and just killing themselves. So we finna make a treaty, a pact where it's gonna sign in a bill where we all shoes got to be laceless. Jordans is killing them in the black community now.
We're doing this for you now, black people.
It says the potential star has not been sitting well with Steve Hammond, a lawyer representing black descendants of those victimized by Road Massacre, an incident, like you said earlier, incident. It was just this little time, where a white woman accused a black man of attacking her, and a white mob burned down and forced black people out of their spots. Just that time,
Just that one time in band camp.
Yeah, in band camp. It says in an email to the Post, Howland pointed to the then Florida government, Lawton Child, signing a bill in the 1994 to compensate the incident survivor, with each getting $150,000 and some getting college scholarships. I ain't know nothing about that. They don't talk about that. That's something. But y'all, it just shows y'all know that you did wrong and you know how to repent and apologize and repair for it. You know how to do it.
You definitely know how to do it.
He pointed out that Childs
because you done did it for everybody but black people. So we know you know how to do it.
course that. Yeah, and we ain't asking for nothing different or special. Do me the same way that my Indian homeboy who get 10, 25 racks a month. As soon as he turned 18, he got $75,000 or something goofy like that, and then 10,000 every their month after. And I know the month was real, the money was real because he was spending it.
Period.
I was seeing it get spent. And he ain't do nothing. All he did was spend money on frivolous everything. He had guns, he had drugs, he had everything.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? How when people say, well, you want a check from me? I didn't do nothing. It wasn't me. Well, y'all don't have a problem cutting a check to the Indians, and it wasn't y'all that did that, right? It was your ancestors, right? Right. And you don't have a problem paying for that.
Just guess what I can do. How much has been given to Ukraine?
Oh,
Let's do that. Let's look at that. How much
women and children. Women and children.
How much has how much money? It says 18 billion. 18 billion. 18 billion, 4.73 billion. A lot of money. Just a lot of money. That's just the numbers I could just see right off the top. A lot. 60 billion. So far, the United States has allocated 113.4 billion. Hold on, y'all. Let me educate y'all. The difference rents in 100 to a billion. Now, I think there's a very good video that illustrates that I saw on social media, and I'm gonna show it to you guys just so you can get a scale of money. All right, boom. Let's look at this, guys.
Cox Fiber powers State Farm
We
Stadium
just gonna
games of the year, connecting 75.
Hi, I've noticed many people have hard time conceptualizing the difference between a million, billion, or trillion dollars, or large sums of money in general. So I want to help out if I can. Say this is our good friend Sally. She's walking up to her fixer-upper house and notices something on the ground. Turns out her rich uncle dropped off a pack of $100 bills at her doorstep. That's 10 grand. Now Sally can buy a decent used car or go on a trip around the world. But what if he dropped off 10 times as much, $100,000? A median person in the US earns this much in 3 years, and that's before taxes. That'd be a nice down payment on a good house or a college fund for kids. Now, let's say the uncle just left a whole round $1 million. That's what we see in movies packed into a nifty little briefcase. Now Sally could invest it and potentially retire, just living off dividends. This is what 100 million would look like. And here is a billion. A billion is a whole different ballpark amount. This is the amount that no one person can truly earn. It takes a huge number of people, and it can change lives of many people. 10 billion, 100 billion, and now trillion.
So they didn't gave them folks that much money. That's a lot of money, y'all. That's $100 million, man. How would that have changed the black community in every state in the union? How would that have affected the lives of foundational black Americans? Huh? You wouldn't even probably need that much. You know this much. You know this. What's that? What was that?
Whole different ballpark amount. This is a different ballpark.
That's a billion.
A billion is the
What's
whole.
A billion? You know, $1 billion spread out between like 10 black cities, 10 black cities or whatever, that went specifically to black people, not to the smothers, others, brothers. I just got over here. Nah. If that went to exactly us, all the problems would be over. This is about what we owed, though. That's what we owed, though, and that's the problem. See, that's we owed. Hold on, like 20 of them. Hold on. Let me see.
Trillion.
Yeah, we're owed 20 of those. That's the down payment. 20 of them. Actually, hold up. No, that'd be 40, right? Because 2 of them represents $1 trillion. So it'd be 40 of them. That's the money they stole from us, y'all. Y'all need to get that in your synopsis, in your visualization, man. We're not asking for a handout. This is what they made off of us. This is why America is what it is. This is why they got that. That's not even the GDP, man. That's like $1 trillion. That ain't even the GDP. The GDP is what? Well, like 3 billion? What's our GDP?
More than that.
Hold on. US GDP. Let me see. US GDP.
What's the GDP, y'all?
Gross domestic product.
I would think more than 3.
It's 25 trillion.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Yeah.
So the gross domestic product of the United States as a whole is is 50 of them. Since that represents 1, 2. Yeah. 50 of them. And they owe us like 20 of them.
I mean, that sounds about.
Look where they
that's almost half, right?
Look where they at on the GDP. Like US 25 trillion, China 17 trillion, Japan 4 trillion. Dang, they up.
Just
they
a little
way
tiny
up.
speck of an island.
They way up, fam. And then you got India, 3
the size
trillion.
Of New Jersey, you know what I'm saying?
Canada, 2 trillion. Russia, 2 trillion. Like we're owed as much. We're owed more than. Huh? Go ahead.
Think of how big Russia is, P. You only got 2 trillion, P.
Yeah, that's wild. Now, what that means is, you know what that means, right? You know what that means. America's dirty, and that's how they got so rich, because they didn't pay to come up, because they got fronted all the work.
Period. For the free.
Yeah,
look how big Canada is.
They got fronted all the work and got all the money for free. That's why they're 25 trillion, and they owe us 20 of that. 20 of that. You could break off that 5.4 trillion for the next 4 years and go ahead and get us out the way. What you ain't gonna
do
extra buy?
Hold on, and it's still in the economy. That's the part nobody.
Yeah.
When you give it to Pablo, he takes that and he's sending that back to the crib.
Right.
When you give it to Luis, he takes that and he's sending that back to the crib so he can get Maria to come here and work and send more bread to go back to the crib to Paco and them. That's at the crib.
Well, look at this, though. If we talk about the terms and how much of foreign aid the U.S. gives everybody else, come on now. It says the U.S. gave out $46.9 billion in foreign aid in 2018.
That's half of one of them little trillions. That's that little point. You could have had 26 trillion, but you gave away that piece.
They're giving it away. You know what I'm saying?
That don't even. I wonder if that even includes Ukraine, Afghanistan.
No, that don't even include
what does that all even include?
Look at this. Where U.S. foreign aid is going. 2019 in millions of U.S. dollars. They gave $4,893 million. So what is that? Don't be trying to be tricky, nigga. See, I'm sorry.
And that's before all the extra Ukrainians.
The Afghan, Israel, Jordan, Egypt,
Hold on,
Iraq, Ethiopia.
you was giving aid still all through the 2020 and the 2021 when it's supposed to be Univid and we supposed to be hurting and skirting and you was still giving aid, cuz?
Giving your bread away, but everybody got a problem when it comes to us though. Aid to the tune of $900 million in Nigeria, which receives around $800 million. Wow.
All while they use it to put together plans to try to call your old people and scam them.
You over there funded Nigerian prince scams.
I promise you, that's what you over there doing, P.
Man, y'all deep over there on Keeping P podcast. Wayne was the only one brave enough to speak up, or y'all
Where
listening
y'all
at work?
tapping in from?
Where y'all tap? Come on, man. Where y'all tapping in from? I need to know who in the dough. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the comments up there. Come on, we live. Come on, it's up there right now. Go ahead, comment your vomit. You know what I'm saying? Wayne was the only one to do it. Y'all over there. I know everybody ain't at work. Just listen. I appreciate it though. No, I appreciate it. Let me not, give you the wrong idea. I appreciate that you would tune in to a brother, you know what I'm saying, and that kind of thing. I appreciate that.
But you could have said where you at least tapping in from.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, this JoJo tapping in from Key West, Florida. Then.
Yeah. Woo, woo, woo.
Okay, Detroit in the ha.
That's right. Focus Willis. What's up, fam? B1.
KIPP.
Proud father. That's what I'm talking about.
FBA, brother.
Talking about black men don't be in their kids' lives. I don't even know any dudes like that.
Period.
And if somebody didn't mess with their shorties, we was clowning them.
Period.
You ain't coming around us.
or you got the illest BMs running you through the gutter.
Right.
And it's the illest trying to get your seeds, but you still fighting, but it's still just bug. You trying to keep your sanity at the same time.
New England in the house, and I need some foreign aid. You need some foreign aid in New England? What time is it over there right now? Or not? No, is that New England?
That's 3 hours, P.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, you still in the country. Okay.
What you talking about? Cause not
Chi-Town in this joint B1. Huh? What'd you say? New England? I was thinking overseas.
Yeah, no, New England. Not the old England. You thinking about old England. He in the New England.
And you know, because you've been up that way. I already know why you know. B1 from Chicago. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all up in here. Man, we just be trying to, acknowledge the family, let everybody know that there's some stomp down B1s around here, man.
I need some foreign aid too now.
Massachusetts, that's right. Yeah, I was a little shook. My bad.
Nah, you good, Pete. We understand what the New England, basically that same area. And what I found out is the others is just latch your honors, but New England really is Massachusetts for real, for real. I mean, you got Rhode Island in that and Connecticut, and they be trying to slide Vermont and Maine and
All right, y'all, man. Well, we appreciate y'all tapping in, as always. A couple channel announcements, though. So this is the channel, Keep It P Podcast, where we do all the reparations, because we kind of just flipping it up a little bit. We was putting out hella content on like 3 channels at once, and I was just kind of doing wrong. So we separating it.
It's becoming redundant.
Yeah. So we're gonna put all the reparations news right over here, and then we also I'm gonna go to these other channels real quick just so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. I can show you better than I can tell you, boy. See,
that's your problem right there, boy.
I'm trying to tell you now. You ain't listening with your eyes, you're looking with your hands, boy, and that's your problem right there. You ain't looking with your eyes, boy.
You're hearing with your hands, boy.
So look, all right, y'all. So we got Keep It P Raw. That's where we're gonna do all the rawness, like celebrity gossip with the B1 twist. Obviously, we don't do celebrity gossip.
Obviously.
Yeah, we don't do celebrity gossip unless we can make some B1 out of it or use it as a teacher moment. But we'll be doing that over here on the Raw channel. So please go subscribe here as well. Then we're
Still be
also
breaking down the articles, still be not trying to tell you what to think, trying to show you how to think. And we're going to bust down them articles the way that we do.
right on over there. Then y'all check this out. Now we got the Von Savage Media, which has always been there. But on this one, this is going to be strict journalistic broadcasting, like not breaking down the articles, actually going in and writing the article the way it should be from a black perspective. So it's just going to be just real newscaster straight out giving you the information in the news, not necessarily a biased opinion, that kind of thing, but definitely with a B1 lens, so to speak.
Period.
Right?
Period.
Would it be one lens, right? So go over there to the Von Savage Media. Then, my guy, if you want to just catch the shorts, we do got a shorts channel where we take all the episodes that we do and just cut them up into shorts so you can get the little bite-sized parts of pretty much every episode I try to do, especially if it's a good one.
Now, I see a couple of y'all dipping up out of here. Now, you're going to be wondering why or how you didn't get the proper information. Well, when y'all start doing this over here, nobody told me.
We got a couple channels. Yeah, we got a couple of them. So
we got a network.
We got the shorts, and then we got the Raw, right? And then we got Keep It P podcast. Okay, guys, don't forget about the Patreon, and shout out to DJ Trill, who's the first member on the joint. You know what I'm saying? We got memberships already. If y'all don't know, y'all can join the membership here. We'll be doing some members only posts here on Keep It Peak podcast as well. So there's a lot of stuff coming up in the works, guys. We're going to be sticking it to the man, like just giving you guys like a bunch of black empowerment, man, like more than you can stand, like you guys are going to get it, bro. And we're just going to give it to you. Okay. You can catch all the productions. So that way, you'll know what show is coming on. Like you'll know where you can find, the Coon joint, or where you can find Model Citizens, or where you can find PC Shenanigans or Hold the Mayo. We want to make sure that when you tune in, you know what you get. All right. Did you have any other announcements there for the congregation there, buddy?
KIPP, what BET was supposed to be.
We the Black Fox News, fam. Just know that. Black Fox News. Anybody tell? You know what it is, y'all, too? It is officially Black Media Appreciation Month.
Boom! Shakalaka.
Oh, yeah. So guess what? If y'all don't know, this is the month that we have carved out for ourselves.
Family and fellows.
This is the month that we carved out for ourselves. I think Professor Black Truth said it dopely. So if you don't know who that is, go check him out. But April is our month. Show your appreciation by tapping in with the squad. Matter of fact, there's a QR code if you want to support Real B1 News. I'll put that up there for you right there. And then maybe I think the link is in the description as well for the PayPal for the joint. So if y'all want to support the channel, feel free to do so. Join subscriptions, support on the Patreon, go buy a shirt. Don't forget we got hot gear, man. Sometimes I forget that, bro. And I apologize to you guys, man. We got hot gear too. You could be saying it with your chest with stuff like this. Look at that. We coming to Washington to get our check. Wouldn't you like to wear that? Wouldn't you like to wear a shirt that says with the Honorable John Henry Clark that says "We have no friends"? Look at that. Wouldn't you like to rock that? They'd be like, "Who is John Henry Clark?" Then you get to educate them on who he is, right? Wouldn't you like to wear that? No anti-black racism. Look at that. Cut the check for foundational Black Americans. You know how these shirts would just be the conversation pieces in public? Do you know that? Is you scared, or can you say it with your chest?
Too scared.
Look at that. Look at that Harriet Tubman. Look at that. Look at that Fred Hampton. Look at that. Look at that. Honey Green. Say it like real loud with the statement. Cut my check, bruh. Cut it. Look at that. Hoodies. Big logos on the back. Small. We got t-shirts too, because I know it's getting hot out here. Know it's getting hot out here. All you got to do is say it. That's why I was trying to stop it. All you got to do is go to sayitwithyourchest.com. The link is also in the description. It says buy some gear. But if you don't know, here, let me for you real quick here, homeboy. That's what it looked like right there. Boom. Do that there, little cat hair. Anyway, love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out to Doha for Shoha.